Okay, so let's start finally. Greetings, everyone. My name is Dmitry. I am the portfolio manager, trader, and together with Bitsgap, we are working on the product development. And today on this webinar, we will be talking specifically about Bitsgap automated trading bots, how you can use them, optimal strategies, tips and clues. I will go through several topics to provide you with meaningful information, tips, clues, as I already mentioned, to help you optimize your automated trading and to help you understand why and when automated trading can be efficient. So first of all, we will cover today how Bitsgap bots work and then they are efficient. How bots accumulate profit on the sideways, uptrend, and how you can actually use them even on the falling markets. I will also introduce you the S-bot and the Scalper bot features. In total, we have 3 main automated trading bots. And yeah, we have collected a plentiful amount of use cases and various strategies that you can start using already now. And most importantly, demo trading, which is basically the paper trading, designed, implemented for you to develop your trading skills risk-free. So you have an access to absolutely a risk-free account where you have virtual money, which you can test on automated trading and other products that we offer. So, first of all, what is automated trading? Some of you are certainly using automated strategies. Some might have heard of it, but never even tried. And some might still be unaware of what this is all about. All right, so tell me about your automated trading experience. Just shortly type your answer. Something like, yes, I'm using automated trading bots, or maybe no, I prefer manual trading. So let me know. Let me see how many of you are using automated trading. Just type your answer in the chat box. Okay, so I see that some are using. Nice. Okay, that's great. Somebody has just started trading with S-bot, which is our brand new automated trading bot. Okay, that's great. That's great. Some are even trading on the MetaTrader platform. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what the automated trading is all about, it's basically the algorithmic trading which allows traders to establish specific rules for both trade entries and exits that are automatically executed by the computer. So there are actually several types of automated trading existing nowadays, but we will be talking specifically about the HFT, which stands for high frequency trading. And I guess the abbreviation itself makes it clear what is the logic behind. So it's a high frequency trading, basically. Why HFT? Why high frequency trading? Well, because we have conducted a plentiful amount of tests to find the best auto trading optimization, and it turns out that HFT, high frequency trading, is the final solution. It's like the optimal one. And manually, you just can't beat the high frequency algorithm. You can't make as many trades as the HFT bot does. So here is the example. You see that green circles, they represent buy orders, and red circles, they represent sell orders accordingly. And we are talking about the high frequency. This is how it may look like. You see how many trades have occurred during this short period of time. And each time the bot was buying low and selling high because its primary aim is to accumulate the profit for you in order to achieve the profit maximization effect. So basically, you let your bot to use your base and quote currency to make profits for you. So the advantages are obvious. There is no behavioral bias, meaning that the bot simply doesn't have any emotions, and the bot has no regrets. It doesn't care if your neighbor is making noises, disrupting your concentration when you're trying to initiate a trade. So it's just emotionless. All right, that's the key. In many cases, when it comes to trading, emotion, like stress control, is the key. And when it comes to automated trading, bots, they are emotionless. And it can reach an astronomical trading speed, so you just can't keep up with it. Now let's move on and talk about the logic behind our bots. We have classic bot, that's the original one. And we have the S-bot and the scalper. So what unites all of these bots is that they all have a so-called grid mechanism, which places simultaneous proportionate buy and sell orders at predefined levels. And the grid itself is nothing more than just a price gap. It's a space between the orders. So you see there is a narrow space between each order accordingly. So the main aim is to seize as many market swings as possible to buy low and sell high. So let me visualize the grid mechanism for you on this example. First of all, the trading range must be defined. So the trading range is nothing more than just a, okay, you can call it a trading channel. It's it's a trading range, trading channel within which your sell and buy limit orders are placed and executed respectively. So within this trading range, you have your grid levels. And in this example, I'm gonna use 8 levels. So we have proportionate allocation of sell limit orders and proportionate allocation of buy limit orders within this range. And as the price keeps moving, you see it falls down a little bit and triggers the buy limit order. So when it triggers the buy limit order, it's going to use your quote currency. In this example, it's Ethereum to buy BNB. Right after that, right after the execution occurred, a new sell limit order is placed above the price, maintaining this grid spacing. So like this. And if the price triggers it, like in this example, the price goes further up, it triggers our newly set sell limit order. So in this case, a portion of our BNB, which was allocated to this investment scheme, to this bot, will be sold, and we will fix the profit in Ethereum. Right after that, you see, then the sell limit was executed. The buy limit, a new one, which was placed right below it, maintaining this level spacing. And then it was triggered. So that's the idea. It can be an endless amount of trades within this trading range if the price will stay within these boundaries. And now let's move on to the Bitsgap main page, and I will show you the real life example. But before, tell me guys if you have ever heard of the grid mechanism, if you are familiar with this grid trading. Of course, those of you who are already trading on Bitsgap, you know this grid mechanism, but some of you may be unfamiliar. So let me know if you know what this is all about. And meanwhile, I'm gonna show you. So you go on the Bitsgap page and you open bots, as you can see here, I already have some active bots which are making profits for me. On the left side, I can see the pair and the exchange. Like Win Trading to USDT is on Binance. In this case, I'm using the S bot. Here I'm also using the S bot. Here's the investment allocation in USDT for this particular pair. In some cases, it can be BTC, it can be Ethereum. So that depends on the pair. High price and low price, what this is all about. So this is your upper and lower limits, which define your trading range. As an example that I show you, you see the upper limit is the high price, and the lower limit is the low price. You can actually, let's use the classic bot in this example. It's the original bot. So you can adjust lower price manually like this, and you can actually, let me set 70 grid levels, and you can also adjust the upper limit like this. What else you can do? You can do this manually on the chart, which I find even more convenient. It requires you less time to do so. So you can zoom out and zoom in the chart to see the whole time frame. You can change the time frame, let's say to 4 hours. So that's how it's going to look like. What else we have? We have grids here. So if you, let's say you put 70 grids, it's going to be 70 here. You can put more. Okay, in this case, not. Maybe you can put less, so it's going to be 40. And the number below the grid is the amount of transactions in total. So you see that some active trades that I already have, there were in total this amount of trades. So it's 1,140 trades for the 13 days period. And if you click on view, you can see all of these completed orders. You can also see them on the chart. So when you click on your active trade, that's what you're gonna see. Sometimes there are so many trades that it can be a little bit laggy for like a couple of seconds, but it's all right. So clearly there were so many trades that manually you wouldn't be able to execute as many trades as the Autobot. We will come back to the investment change a little bit later. So the bot profit itself is nothing more than just what the bot has accumulated for you, like made profits in quote currency. So if it's Win Trading to USDT, in this case, bot profit is represented in the quote currency USDT. If it's cover trading to BTC, then in this case, the profit is in BTC. So that's what the bot is doing for you, using your base currency to make profits in the quote currency. What else? You can manually choose the exchange. You can choose the pair from here. And you can say set the investment amount. Before you set the investment amount, you have to check if you have enough on your balance. So here you can click on the balance and you see if you have enough of the base currency or quote currency. So for the example that I showed you in the presentation here, we have sell orders and buy orders. All right. So that means let's choose the recommended strategy. A recommended strategy is what Bitsgap recommends you based on the backtesting. And regarding the backtesting, I will come back to this topic in maybe 4 minutes. Let me just demonstrate to you what happens when you initiate the bot? When you have both sell zone and buy zone. So when you have settings like this, you see that in order to initiate the bot, you must have enough of the base currency to set all of the sell orders accordingly, all right? And you must have enough of the base currency to initiate, to set all of the buy limit orders. If you don't have on your balance at the time of initiation enough of the base currency, in this case ION, then the bot will tell you something like this. It will tell you that in order to start, you must have enough of the base currency, and we are going to buy it at the market price because you don't have it on your balance. So if you click yes, it will buy at current price, which is 0811, and it will buy enough of the base currency ION to set all of these sell orders. So let's click on start the bot. You see we have 193 grid levels. We can adjust it. Let's say we want to have only 150. So the more grid levels you have, the more chances you have to seize as many market swings as possible, all right? So I'm gonna put 100, start the bot. I click on yes. So here what happens, it fills the market buy order and buys ION. Here it is displayed in my active bots. You can click on view and you see that you have at this moment exactly 100 of open orders, both buy and from the sell side as well. And this is the proportionate allocation already. The main thing to keep in mind is that in order to validate the quality of any automated trading bot, you should check the backtest results. So for this particular pair, ION trading to USDT, you can click on in the advanced section. So what makes the difference from simple and advanced is that in advanced, you can see that you can set the stop loss and trading up function, and you can check the backtesting results. If we click on the backtesting results, here's what we get. It actually allows the trader to simulate a trading strategy using historical data to generate results and analyze risk and profitability before risking any actual capital. So in other words, backtesting discovers how the bot would play out using historical data. And if backtesting works, then traders and analysts may have the confidence to employ it going forward. So like here, this is the 30 days period from March 31st till April, the end of April. And you can see that on this moving upwards market, on this rising market, the bot was making, like it made around 50% in the quote currency, in USDT, to your investment, all right? But most importantly, what you have to keep in mind as well, that the backtesting doesn't take into account the value change, all right? So in this case, the market was rising. That means that the ION was appreciating. So we will add this appreciation to the profit that was generated by the bot. So that's going to be even a higher number, all right? So the optimal scenario to initiate the bot is when you expect a rising market or the sideways market, like this one. You can even choose another period, let's say from the 9th till the 23rd of April, to see what would the bot generate for you for this 2 weeks period. So that's in this case 5%. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. You can also check other recommended strategies, like in this case, it's KNC trading to BTC. We click on the backtesting results. And yeah, so here for the 30 days period, the bot has achieved 3 times less profit than in comparison to the ION trading to USDT. But you see, it depends on the pair. Some trading pairs, they are more volatile, some are less. So depending on the volatility and the trend direction, the bot profit can vary significantly. So use this feature, backtesting, to make sure that this particular trading pair is suitable for your investment horizon, or whatever you call it. So now let's move on, and I will show you what happens if you only have the sell side, if you set your bot with only sell limit orders. It's going to look like this. So the trading range is defined, sell limit within this trading range. So as the price moves upwards, it triggers the first sell limit, it executes it, and the profit that was generated from this first sell order will be used to place a buy limit within this trading range. All right. So some of the proceedings will be used to allocate the proportionate buy limit order. As you can see, then the price moves downwards, it triggers this buy limit. So that is going to be our first buy limit execution. And then you see the price is moving even higher. It triggers quite many orders simultaneously almost. So that means that buy limit orders will be placed. So for each sell limit, there's going to be a buy limit, all right? So as you can see, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, around 9 order executions. So that means that 9 buy limit orders will be placed simultaneously, maintaining this grid spacing right below. So that's the idea. And the main difference between the ordinary setup, when you have both sell side and buy side, is that when you only have the sell side, that means that in order to initiate the bot, he only must have enough of the base currency, in this case it's KNC, to start the bot in order to set all of these sell orders. So clearly you see that you only need this amount of KNC. But if you set the buy zone, you see that automatically some BTC will be required to initiate all of these buy orders. So the optimal way, like the optimal scenario to use only the sell side, is when you are almost 100% confident that the price is going to move upwards from now. So you'd rather use this strategy strategy on the scenarios, then there is a upward formation, like currently on the BTC. You see that BTC trading to USDT is moving upwards with some insignificant retracements back, but it keeps moving upwards. So yeah, using this strategy, like when you set only sell limit orders, can be an option. Let's come back to the ASBot. So the ASBot, the brand new automated trading bot, the key difference is that with the implementation of the ASBot, We now have reduced the grid spacing to 0.1. Before that, it was higher. So it was the spacing was higher, and that means that there were a little bit less opportunities to seize as many market swings as possible. With now high frequency trading, with the reduced grid spacing, there are now more opportunities to seize almost every market swing. And in case of the scalper bot, the grid spacing is even lower, all right? But that's the topic that we will discuss in 10 minutes. The second feature of the SBot is that it's secure. It's secure in a way that it is designed to trade within the investment limit, avoiding extreme volatility cases. And I have some real-life examples to demonstrate you. So just keep up with me. SBot executes orders based on and limited to the predefined investment volume. So the investment volume here is this investment allocation. All right. And it's trying to avoid, so it's not 100% protection. In some cases, due to the technical specifications, depending on the exchange you are using, there can be some cases then it's going to use some extra capital from your deposit, but there will be only few cases of such. Generally, it's going to avoid and it's going to use only the allocated investment amount. All right. So the idea is to maximize the return on an upward trend, sideways trend, and it can actually minimize your losses on a downtrend. Why so? Well, regardless of the market direction, the bot itself makes profits. All right. So it's looking for the opportunities to buy low and sell high. But of course, the optimal scenario is a rising market or the sideways. Because when you see the falling market, in this case, yes, the bot will be making profits for you. Like in this example that I have, Kava trading to BTC, you can see, yeah, it went beyond the trading range from now. So it was trading in this trading range in the sideways market. So when the price was moving downwards, it was buying. So it basically was buying on the falling market, achieving the cost averaging effect. So it's like you are proportionately buying at lower price, minimizing your risk. And then you see that the price moved upwards and it sold all of these buy orders. All right. And in this case, when the value of the base currency is depreciating, your bot profit is used to minimize your loss, because when the market is falling, then that's the negative effect. But on the rising market, like here, you see it was initiated 8 days ago. So I initiated the bot on the rising market, and you can clearly see that it has achieved a higher return as the value change was rising, and the bot profit, I mean, the bot was making profits on every market swing. So that's the optimal case. Then you should use the SBot or the classic bot. The question is, are you a passive hodler or an active hodler? If you guys know what I'm talking about, then type in your answer and tell me if you are a passive hodler or an active hodler. The idea is that when you are a passive hodler, that means that you just buy the base currency and you do nothing else with it. All right. So it just lies in your portfolio and you are doing nothing. So it means that you are only affected by the value change. So if the price is moving upwards, then that's great. It's appreciating. the value of your portfolio is growing, that's great. But if the market is falling, then in this case, you are having losses. And if you are doing nothing, then you are just a passive hodler. It means that you expect that in some day in the future, the price will eventually skyrocket to some unprecedented levels and you will be rich. All right. So that's the case when your investment change that you saw here is only affected by the value change. But when you are the active hodler, that means that you are using your base currency and quote currency to work on you, to make profits, to accumulate it. All right. That means that on the, like in this case, it's an upward moving market, and you clearly can see that the bot is buying low and selling high constantly. All right. So you don't have to manually place any orders. It's gonna do this for you in a very high frequency rate. In this case, your investment change is the value change. All right. So that's the appreciation of the BNB if you would just hodl it. And the bot profit that was generated by the bot as it was using your BNB and Ethereum. That's what we call the profit maximization, and that's why the active hodling is way better than the passive hodler. Manually, you just can't keep up with it. So here are some of the examples of active hodling. When you allocate your BTC, so the idea is that, let's say you bought BTC at $5,000, and the idea is that you are not going to sell it for some time. All right, maybe for 1 year, because you expect the price to bounce to maybe 10,000, 20,000. All right. So that means that you are emotionless in this case. You are careless about some insignificant market swings to 6,000 or 4,000 drop. So why not using your BTC to accumulate additional profit? In this case, that's when using SBot or classic bot would be optimal, because by allocating your investment to the bot, you let your bot to make additional profits in the quote currency. So in this case, it's BTC trading to USD. The overall result was 15%, and the bot profit itself was 6%. So it's the added value. It's the added value to your investment change. In this case, investment change is the appreciation of the currency, BTC, and the bot profit. Like the bot has made profits here on every market swing. Here's another example. It's 0x trading to euro. Below, there are some other examples, but you get the idea, right? So definitely active hodling is what you should be looking for. It's like a step higher than a passive hodler. So by being an active hodler, you can outperform the passive hodler by like maybe 6 times. That's for sure. Let's move on. On the sideways market, the idea is to make profits when the market is at the stagnation. So in this case, what I call the stagnation is when the market is neither going upwards, nor it's going downwards. So it's kind of stuck in between. All right. So why would you waste your time, and why would you underestimate your BNB potential? Use its potential to make profits in Ethereum. All right. Like this. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. So that's the idea. It's like it can be endless. It's continuous. All right. So here is an example of VET trading to BNB in the sideways market, more or less sideways market. All right. So on this sideways market, the bot has managed to make around 5%. That's quite impressive. Another example is, let me see. Yeah, it's Lisk trading to USDT, and the bot has managed to make a little bit less, like by far less than on this example. But you see the period here was 10 days, and here it was only 1 day. And for 1 day, it has managed to make almost 1%. That's impressive. So what are the tips and clues? First of all, you should avoid extreme volatility situations and upside down reversal scenarios. So follow me. I will tell you what I'm talking about. Let's say you see this kind of scenario on the market that the price is heavily going upwards. It's surging tremendously, and it's approaching the key resistance level. So let's assume that in this case, it's the historical strong resistance level. And that means that if you are trading, you know that there can be a rejection, meaning that right after that, such an impressive price surge, there can be a consequent dramatic drop down. So that's exactly what happened here. So avoid such cases, then the price is approaching key resistance levels where the chances of the retracements are quite high, like in this case. Because if you would enter the trade, if you would initiate the SBOT on the top, you would significantly affect your portfolio as the price would then fall down. So that's going to be a negative investment change. Well, yes, the bot would make profits for you here because you see there were some opportunities to buy low and sell high. But why would you initiate the bot on the highs when you would rather initiate the bot like from the support, then when you see that there is a confirmation that the price is yes moving upwards, yes that the support level in this case it's sustained, you see that there is a trend continuation local upward, then in this case entering the bot would be optimal at this level. And in this case, exiting the trade, like exiting the bot, would be optimal at the very high, like close to the resistance level, to avoid this scenario of the consequent fall. And cases like this, extreme volatility, you see that the price was moving upwards, downwards, then again, same, leaving some extreme candle shadows. All right, so that means that there are high chances that you would stuck on the very high, like on the very top, because you don't want to buy at the very top and then to see a consequent drop. You want to buy as low as possible and to sell as high as possible. So avoid such cases like this. You'd rather wait um, for the time when this particular market, in this case, I don't actually remember which coin this is, but you would rather wait for the moment when the price falls down, all right? And then you will see that the volume depreciates. It somehow becomes smooth, all right? And then you can use the SBOT. Here's an example of what would happen if you would enter the bot at the very top of the market momentum. So here the bot was initiated right at the very top, and you see there is a consequent drawdown. So that means that yes, the bot was making profits for you, but the value change itself of the base currency was depreciating. And in this case, the profit that was generated by the bot, it would be used to offset the negative effect of the value change. All right. So that's not the optimal case for the bot to start. Avoid such cases. Avoid extreme volatility. Avoid buying when the price is approaching key resistance level. So that's the idea. Another key feature of the SBot is that it is designed in a way that, like, its algorithm is designed to avoid uh, pumps and dumps. So here's an example of unoptimized bot. So the bot which doesn't have this feature of avoiding extreme volatility, extreme pumps. And you see that as it is avoiding, it's like it's not optimal for pumps and dumps. You see that almost all of the buy orders occurred on the very top, and then the price has significantly fallen, meaning that the base currency that you bought here is now in the negative zone because the price has dropped. But in case of the SBot, it has the optimization. It has the solution to avoid such pumps. And clearly you see that in this scenario, it's absolutely the same time frame, the same currency pair. It's GRC trading to Ethereum on Binance. And you see that at the SBot, I'm talking about this SBot. For those of you who are maybe confused. So in this case, the SBot, it neglected the pump. All right. So that means that you don't have your buy orders are only executed within the optimal range, not in the case of a failed optimization. And here you have a smooth return, you have a great 5 days result, and but in this case you would have the investment change in a negative zone, whereas here it's certainly in the positive zone. So you are making profits here. And yes, automated trading bot is much faster than your manual trading, as I already said. And in some cases, like in this example right below, the one that I highlighted, it's INS trading to BTC. You see that there are 2,100 trades within this only 8 days period. So would you try to beat the Autobot? Like, would you consider making this amount of trades only within the period of 8 days? I doubt so. So chasing the bot, good luck. Let's now consider some of the optimal strategies that you can use for the SBot before we jump to the next topic, which is gonna be the scalper bot. So regarding the SBot, the key difference from the classic bot is that they have a slightly different orders execution approach. This is strictly an algorithmic update, and you can read more about it in the related article, which is released on the main page. If you go to the blog section, you will find more information about the SBot optimization, what makes it technically different from the classic bot. All right. And let's move to some real examples. Let's say I want to consider recommended strategy. Let it be Zik trading to BTC. Yeah, for some reason it's lagging a little bit, but let me refresh the page. Yeah, sorry guys for this connection. I just need to refresh it, and let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, so I don't want to waste your time. Let's wait when it will finally download the page. Let me see if you have any questions for now. Erwin is actually answering to almost all of your questions. Thanks to Erwin. Appreciate. In any case, all of you will have time to ask the question at the end of the webinar. So don't worry. And let me refresh the page once again. And let's see what's going to happen. All right, looks like we are back in the game. Okay, that's great. So let's choose Zik Trading to BTC. And let's switch to the 4 hours time frame, as I prefer this time frame when I make my trade decisions. So if you zoom out, you can see that the price is now approaching a key level. So let's put the line like this. All right, so you see the price actually almost bounced off this level, which can be a signal to buy it. All right, but I never buy at this case. I only buy when I clearly see that there is an upward formation. So I would buy, I would enter the trade, I would initiate the bot when the price would reach this, well, approximately this level, maybe a little bit lower. Yeah. So I want to see not only the rejection, all right, represented by this shadow from the candle, meaning that there was not enough of the pressure of like the selling pressure to move to push the price even lower. I see the rejection here, and I see that there is an rising formation already, but it's not enough for me. I want to see some more candles before I enter the trade. You may also use other technical analysis tools. Like that's up to you. That depends on your technical experience. But actually, I just see that globally, like there is an upward, like rising formation. So I see an opportunity to enter the trade. And let's say if I'm confident that the price from now on is gonna move upwards, then I'm gonna use this kind of setup, maybe putting the sell size a little bit lower. Basically, what I'm doing now is I'm defining the trading range. Let it be, yeah, like this. And then I'm gonna reduce the amount of grids because it's too narrow for it, for this trading channel. Yeah, maybe 40. Yeah, that would be enough. So the reason of why I have some of the buy orders is that okay, I expect that there can be an insignificant fall before a consequent upward formation. But you can also set the bot like this, only having sell zones. So that means at the time of the initiation, you must have enough of the base currency to set all of these sell orders. If you don't have it on your balance, then the system will buy it at the market price. So that means that you will buy 44 ZAC at current price, which is 0052. And if the price, instead of moving upwards, moves downwards, then your investment change will be negative because the value change is falling, all right? And it went beyond the trading range, all right? So the bot is not gonna execute any trades. It will only execute trades in this case when the price is within the trading range. So let me show you. I'm going to use the red mark. Let's say from now, the price will move downwards. So that means with this setup, there will be 0 trades. All right. But when the price will move upwards consequently, as I expected, from this level, like this, and as soon as it will enter the trading range, the automated trading will begin. So that's the idea. But if you have buy zones as well, like this, it means that if the price will go downwards, it will initiate all of these buy orders. It will buy the base currency, and when it will later sell it at a higher price. So that's the setup that you can use when you expect the price to move upwards. So you expect here that the support level will sustain and the price will bounce off this level. And it looks like it's already trying to form the upward formation. But as I said, I would wait for some time to see a full confirmation of this rising formation. The idea is that you can also use the trading up function. What the trading up is all about. Basically, you let your trading range to move together with the price. So let's say the price from this level is going to move upwards, and in this case the trading range, which was initially defined by the 0050 and 0059, so as the price is moving upwards, the trading range, all right, is going to move in same direction, maintaining this spacing, all right, like this. But if the price then moves downwards from this point, nothing is going to happen with your trading range. It's going to stay where it was at the point of the reversal. So it's going to stay right here. It's not going to follow the fall. It's only following up. That's why it's called trading up. So use this function, this button, then you want to chase the market, chase the rising market. And let me show you the example of the market that you would chase. Maybe let's go and check the XLM trading to BTC. And so, yeah, clearly this was a rising market. All right. So let's check. It was from the 5th of April till the 28th of April. Let's go and check the backtest results. We click on the 8th of April till the 28th of April. And let's see what would be the result if you would initiate the bot. Okay. And that means that if you would initiate the bot with the trailing up function, it would make you around this amount. So that's 13% in profit. So that's great. All right. So not only would you earn in the XLM appreciation, but you will have an additional profit in the BTC. And altogether combined, that's the maximization effect. What else? What else? Maybe we should look at the. You can actually use any pair that you want, not only from the list of the recommended strategies. Maybe you are looking for the ADA trading to BNB. Maybe. So you click on it, and then you see the predefined setup. You have sell zone and buy zone. You see that in long-term perspective, let's click on the 6-hour chart. It actually looks like it's significantly overbought, and it's approaching key resistance level. So in this case, you'd rather not initiate the bot, as you can see that it's extremely overbought in this case. You can use some of the indicators like RSI or MACD to confirm the overbought scenario. But if we take a look at it globally, then yeah, it looks like a rising market. All right, so it may be that it will go a little bit higher, then it will be rejected at this level, or it can be already rejected here and then the consequent fall will occur. So that's all about the trading principles that you follow, the tools that you are using to analyze the market. What you have to understand is that the optimal case to apply SBot, the classic bot, is when you expect a rising market or the sideways market. What about the scalper bot? The idea of the scalper bot is to have an even more even higher frequency trading, like in this example. So expect that soon you will have an opportunity to adjust the levels in any way you want, because currently, if you click on the scalper, you have an unadjustable setup. So that means that you can't change the upper limit and you can't change the lower limit. You can start the bot using only the predefined setup, which you see on the chart right now. It's definitely a high frequency trading because look how many grid levels there are. So you barely see the spacing between them. So it's designed to chase as many market swings as possible, all right? Like almost all of them, to buy low and sell high. And with the next update, you will have an opportunity to adjust this level. And the optimal strategy to use, like for instance, the stable strategy, as I call it, would be trading stable currencies. For instance, USDT trading to TUSD, or maybe USDT trading to PAX, or PAX trading to TUSD, USDT, whatever. Because the idea of these trading pairs, let me show you on the chart right now. Let's use USDT trading to USDT, maybe TUSD trading to, yes, TUSD trading to USDT. So that's what I call a perfect trading range. You see, the price almost has never went beyond the trading range, because as we know, the idea of the stablecoin is to trade close or be exactly one US dollar. All right. So that's the arbitrage opportunity, because due to the nature of the cryptocurrency market, due to the high volatility, and that sometimes there are manipulations happening on the market like this one, you see, we have opportunities to chase, I mean, to seize all of these swings using the scalper. All right. That's the idea. And it has the tendency to trade within this range almost since the inception. You can open the 12 hours chart to see what I'm talking about. So yeah, at the beginning when it just launched, yes, there was a manipulation activity, and I remember that time. But in most cases, you see that the price then comes back to this level. All right. So we have this optimization to avoid extreme pumps. All right. So you will stay in the secure zone when you will be using the automated trading bots in this range. So that's the example of when you can use the scalper bot. And yeah, guys, by the way, uh, we participated in the Binance Futures Trading Tournament, and we managed to take the 9th place. And all of those who participated, congratulations. And the total pool that we shared in our team among top traders was $11,500. So that's quite an impressive result. All right. So we are in the top 10, and that was that kind of first time trading. And it was very fascinating. So we are planning to have more competitions like this. And that's why we are presenting the current competition on the OKEX. Here's the description of what this trading tournament will be all about. So that's kind of the internal competition. You may consider this competition as the pre-main tournament, because there will be more tournaments on the Binance, and as you know, the Binance offers even higher price pools. But before that, like until this time, uh, you can trade on our local tournaments to test your skills and to win some prizes. Let me show you something else. Um, so you should receive the link right now in the chat box, which will redirect you to the OKEX tournament page, so that you would be able to read about it. In any case, we have an information on the main page of the Bitsgap, so no worries, you will have your time to read more about it. What I wanted to show you is that when you trade automated, I mean, when you use automated trading bots at Bitsgap, what makes it unique is that all of the fees that occur when you buy and sell orders, all right, they are already priced in the strategy. So when you click on any of the active trades, you see that there is a fee column. It represents the both side fee. So when you buy and sell, and the profit itself is the net profit. So it takes into account the fee. So that's the pure profit. So that's something that only Bitsgap has to offer. None of the competitors and like other services that offer automated trading have such feature. So it's unique in a way that you always know the pure result. So okay, for some reason it displays minus. That's a little bit strange, but yeah, it's just the lag. Sometimes it may happen because we are constantly testing the system. No worries, the profit cannot be in the negative zone. That's just small bag that will be fixed in 1 minute. But just yeah, keep in mind that the profit is pure. It's net of all fees. And if you are a professional portfolio manager, all right, you can always export in the CSV format details of your trades in order to analyze it in any way you want, in Excel file or whatever it can be. Maybe you want to calculate the Sharpe ratio. Maybe you want to calculate the Sortino ratio and other key metrics. Yes, so that's the feature for you guys to use if you want to play with the metrics and some key financial statistics. Here you go. It's convenient and only yeah, you just have to click on it and that's it. It's just downloaded. And now, let me see if you have any questions regarding the maybe SBOT, the scalper. Maybe you want me to show you some more examples. I can do this. Let's say engine trading to BTC. So we see that the price, I mean the support level sustained in this case, like the local one. If we click on the 4 hours chart, you see that the selling pressure was absorbed by the bulls and the price is now moving upwards. What we can do is to apply some of the easy peasy technical analysis tools, like putting a simple line on the chart to see the rising channel formation. So you see that there was a bounce off this level, which even horizontally makes up the key support level. So I would consider setting the SBOT like this, having more sell zone when the buy zone. I would put 80 in this case. No, actually I would put 50. No, 60. I would allocate 60% of my, no, maybe 40. That actually, it's up to you, but you can test it in any way you want. You can even use 5%. That's up to you. I'm just showing you for the sake of the example. Let's use 50%. I would also set the stop loss. The stop loss is the crucial risk management tool for you in case if to the base currency or to the quote currency, in this case BTC. So that's the risk management tool that you should always keep in mind. I am always in many ways. All right. So you can initiate SBOT, the classic bot, the scalper, and see the difference. All right. So that's a perfect mode to test before trading using your real money. So that's absolutely risk-free in this case because it's the virtual money. It's also the unique feature that not all of the cryptocurrency trading platforms can offer, but we have it, so use it. Maybe I would also switch the trading up function because I expect the price to move even higher, surpassing this upper limit price. And then I would click on the start the bot. It will ask to buy this amount of base currency because I don't have it on my account for right now. And yeah, here we go. So let me check the questions. Yeah, regarding the scalper over two fiat currencies, yes, it will be possible, most likely. We are working on this right now because that actually I would call almost a risk-free strategy to use scalper on the such a narrow trading range as what stablecoins have. So we are constantly working on the optimization and creating new solutions, setups for SBot and for Scalper to have more use cases. Um, so yeah, somebody's asking about the trading up function once again. So let me clear this range. Let me use absolutely free space. So let's say this is the trading range represented by these two lines. And let's say that the price, let's use the yellow color. Let's say the price is moving like this within this trading range. So as the price starts moving upwards like this, as it breached this level of the trading range, when you have the trading up function on, your trading range will follow the price. You see? I mean, yeah, it will follow the price, maintaining this spacing. If the price then keeps moving again upwards, all right, your trading range will move together with it. But if it's gonna fall from here, like breaching the bottom line like this, your trading range will stay where it stayed at this point of rejection, the point of further rising market rejection, and it's going to stay like this. And if the price then comes back to this trading range again, the bot will then execute the trades accordingly. So that's the idea. The optimal way to use the trading up is in this case, in this scenario, to follow the market. You see, it was consequently bouncing off the key support level and key resistance level. Yeah, okay, some are unobvious, some can be forming triangle channel, all right. You can also, yeah, actually that depends on how you use the technical analysis. But the idea of the trading up is that it's just following the price up and it never follows the price down. um, so as I said, that depends on the ticker. Let's say any random one, link trading to BTC. If you think like the price is from now on gonna move only upwards, then you would consider the SBOT. You will put settings like this, having only the sell side, or you can have a little bit of the buy side. But this is your trading range. You expect the price will move upwards from now on. So you will let your bot to trade within this range, selling high, buying low, selling high. If you would switch to the scalper, in this case, you see that it's not possible for the scalper um, to chase the rising market. But you have to keep in mind that the trading up function is automatically on. But the only difference from the scalper in this case is that you have a limited, initially, a limited sell zone, and you have a wider buy zone. Yeah. So if the price is gonna move upwards, the scalper is going to follow the market, and this wider buy zone will catch, it will seize as many uh, retracement cases. Like, okay, the price is moving upwards, retracement. The price is moving upwards, retracement. The price is moving upwards, and then retracement. All right. So the scalper in this case is gonna use its buy zone to seize these retracements and then to sell high, to seize this retracement and then to sell high. So that's the idea. That's the follow trend strategy, but its settings are predefined. You don't have the opportunity to readjust them. All right. So the only optimal way for the scalper for now is to follow the rising market. And once again, the trading up function here, it's on, it's automatically. So the trading range, which is defined by this line and this bottom line, it will follow the price respectively. So that's the idea of the scalper. But later, you will have the opportunity to adjust these levels, meaning that you will have the possibility to apply it on the arbitrage pairs like USDT trading to TUSD and so on. Okay, guys. I think that's enough for today. I actually planned to have the webinar for 1 hour, but it's currently not as I planned. And yeah, I hope that you all got as many useful information as you wanted, as you expected. For the next time, I will have more use cases for you to demonstrate how to use these strategies. Yeah, because we are constantly looking for optimal strategies, for optimal setups. We are working on the optimization of the scalper bot right now. And yeah, use the demo mode to test. You don't have to jump into real trading. You have demo mode to test it, and then once you're satisfied, you can apply it on your real deposit. And now please rate this webinar from the scale of 1 to 5. Yeah. I need your feedback to understand if everything was great, or maybe there is something that I should improve for the next time. Maybe you want more use cases. Just write your suggestions, recommendations of what would you expect from the next time. and I will take this all into account, I promise you. Currently, actually, is the best time to test the automated trading strategies because we are all sitting at our homes, self-isolated. Now is the best time to demo trade, to trade on real account. And yeah, guys, stay safe. Tough times. The market is extremely volatile, so be careful, be patient. We have on the main page of the Bitsgap a recent article about the risk management, some of the focal, crucial aspects of risk management. So feel free to read about it and to apply in your daily trading. The Bitsgap, you see that we have the blog section, which is in the, if you click on the about, then you see blog, and here there are some related relevant articles, like for instance sideways market, okay, automated trading, how to maximize your holding portfolio return. So there you will find also cases, some updates, some new trading grid feature, all right, how to compensate using Scalp or bot. And yeah, regarding the tournament, you can also read it here. And yeah, the risk management that I just mentioned 2 minutes ago, here it is. So every week we are providing you with some of the useful information that you can read. Subscribe, follow to stay tuned. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. I appreciate your time, your patience, and see you next time. If you have any questions left, then use the support button on the main page. Here you can ask anything that you want, and yeah, in our community chats as well. So thanks again. Stay safe. Love, peace. Bye.